In this video, we're going to be talking about 5 YouTube creator channels that you can watch as a new YouTuber to learn everything you need to know to get your channel up and going. Coming up next. Hi everybody, my name is Dee Burks and this is Retirement Rescue, where we learn how to make money, save money, and live well in retirement. Well, as a new YouTuber myself, there were particular YouTube creator channels that I went to learn the skills I needed to get my YouTube channel going. And so I kind of wanted to share those creators with you and tell you what I learned from each one. Now, when I would watch YouTube channels, there were a few things that really bothered me. Number one was bad audio. I hate bad audio. The second one was glare on glasses. I wear glasses all the time. I wish I didn't have to, but there you go. And I didn't want huge glare on my glasses. A little bit's fine. A lot's not fine. And then the last one was really distracting things going on in the background. I didn't like any of those things. So when I was learning to set up my channel, those were specific things that I felt like I needed help with. I'd also never edited video. So I wanted to learn, okay, what software do I use? So here's what I did. Now, one of the first people that I started watching, his name is Newman. And he has a lot of advice for young upstart YouTubers. He has a lot of advice for all YouTubers. And some of it's really good. And when I was looking to figure out how to fix glare on glasses, how to set up my lighting so that glare wouldn't be evident, his channel was very, very helpful. Another channel that was very helpful is called Primal Video. Same thing. Now, Nick's channel has lots of really great advice about what to expect from the YouTube environment, about how your channel really should evolve, those sorts of things. So it's a great general channel. So his was one that I went to figure out how to set up my lighting, how to tamper down my expectations so I didn't get disappointed when things didn't, I didn't have 100,000 subscribers in a month. I mean, really. And so it's really great to watch those sorts of things. Now, another channel that I really like is Bryan Gee. From Bryan Gee's channel, he really talks a lot about do 50 videos. And it sounds kind of crazy to commit to 50 videos right up front, but let me tell you what, that was excellent advice. If you're going to learn a craft, and if you're going to get anywhere close to good at it in a reasonable amount of time, you have to actually do it. And committing to 50 videos and committing to the learning process allows you not to get distracted by the number and the datas and if you have subscribers or if you don't or who's watching this time, and you focus on learning the craft and figuring out if you even like doing it. That was excellent advice. I'm so glad I listened to that advice, because now more than 30 videos in, I can tell you I do love doing it. But I wouldn't if I hadn't committed to it up front and if I hadn't consistently worked at learning that skill set. So great advice on his channel. He's also a wizard at thumbnails, and he does a lot of comparative analysis on thumbnails. Super interesting information. And he shows you how to compare your own thumbnails to figure out what works and what doesn't. So I would advise going over there definitely if you're interested in great thumbnails, because he is the king of thumbnails. Now, I already said how I hate bad audio. And realize my audience are retirees. They're people over 50, which is a huge number of people on YouTube, by the way. A lot of people don't realize that. It's a huge segment of the market, and there aren't a lot of people in that sector. But one of the issues is so many videos have music playing in the background. And if you have ever had a hearing aid, and a lot of people over 50 have hearing aids because they've been in industrial work or farming work or whatever, and their hearing's been affected. Well, that background music is super distracting. So I wanted really good audio. So that's why there's no music in my videos, number one. But one of the people that I really learned about audio from is Peter McKinnon. Now, Peter McKinnon is a huge YouTuber. Huge. He's all about video. He's an incredible video creator, movie-esque, I would say. He's just incredible. But he's also very humble, very easy to learn from. And on several of his videos, he talked about, having the big sound panels and getting good audio. But he also talked about what to do if you're a little bitty YouTuber. Everybody starts somewhere. And he said, move your equipment into a room that's got carpet. It's got a bed in it. That will allow you to absorb that sound and not get that echoey chamber sound. He was right. I now film in a little bitty room that's got carpet and has a bed in it, just so my sound is better. That was wonderful advice. But he also has great advice on color correcting video, on enhancing your B-roll if you're out shooting in nature. Wonderful, wonderful advice on his channel. And he's a big YouTuber, so you've probably already seen him, but he's one of the better ones to learn from because he teaches so well. Now there's a couple of other channels that I really want to talk about a little bit. One of them is Think Media. Think Media, they do a lot of equipment reviews. They do a lot of advice for lighting, for cameras, for all sorts of things. And through their reviews, that's how I decided which camera to buy, what sort of lighting to get, how I could do everything on a budget. And one of the cool pieces of advice that was kind of unexpected was color correcting on the front end, not the back end. And it is very, very simple. Their advice was to hold up a gray panel in front of your camera and allow it to correct to a very cool background. And that's what I do. A super simple, zero cost way to save yourself a lot of headache on the back end when you're editing. So, these channels that are so good at what they do will give you those little nuggets of advice and allow you to do things very easily, very cheaply, and still have a decent looking video. Now the last channel I want to talk about is Primal Video, Justin Brown. And he does a lot of general YouTube advice. He does a lot of equipment reviews, but he also does a lot of software reviews on editing software. And one of the videos I saw, because I was trying to figure out what editing software to use because I'd never done it, he did a video on Adobe Premiere Rush. For those of you like myself who are somewhat used to an Adobe environment, you've used Illustrator or Photoshop. I've really used InDesign a lot because I was in the magazine business and the book business. That's the layout program you pull everything into. Well, he talked a lot about Adobe Premiere Rush. Well, it's included in the package I was paying for with Adobe. So it didn't cost me anything. And because it's an Adobe environment, I was already somewhat used to where the controls are, what they mean, what the hotkeys are. They're somewhat similar. It's kind of like if you use Microsoft products, all of their software packages are somewhat similar in where things are placed and how they function. And the same thing is true with Adobe. So I tried Adobe Premiere Rush because it didn't cost me anything. Turns out super functional for a basic, simple YouTube video. And also included is Adobe Premiere, which is the advanced level. So when I'm ready as a creator to move to that advanced level of editing, I can do so easily with no extra cost. So that was a great thing to learn from that channel. He also has really great general advice on nearly everything. So those are just a few of the channels that I use to learn from. And I think as creators, of course, as we all go along, and I'm no exception, I'll do my own videos on the specific things that I use and what I've learned. But if you're just getting started, and a lot of people are, because I've gotten that question from so many people, if you're just getting started, go ahead and hop on these channels and get going. Don't wait until someone else shows you how to do it. All of these people have excellent advice. So if you're looking for those channels that can help you get started right now, there you go. So don't wait. Now, if you like this video, please hit subscribe and click the little bell, and you'll be updated on the next one. Thanks so much, and see you soon.